Hello and welcome back here on my English YouTube channel about my Lego City project called Brickworld. And in today's update, we are heading back to the cinema project, our big mega project we are working right now here in the city. That's the status from the last time. And today we want to really work on in that area with all the seats. We're going to expand everything. We're going to check out how the screen will be integrated. So stay tuned for today. I have ordered a lot of black parts here from Bricklink, a lot of plates as you can see here. All of these are for today's update and upcoming updates at Cinema Project because I need a lot of parts here inside. It's an insane number of parts I use. But first of all, I want to work a little bit here on that area. As you might know, a lot of the parts of my city at the edges of the table are cut through buildings like here in the cinema. And do not want to have just a plain wall here, so I integrate a cut-through area of a toilet area. As you can see here, there's a little toilet here. And on the left side, there are going to be some washing stuff, some mirror stuff like that in an upcoming update. But I think it looks much better now that there's not just a plain wall here, but you have that cut-through area with that light here. And I think it looks much better. And yeah, here you can see I also work a little bit here on the electricity and the cable management. Now every cable is above. And I had to remove that row here from that side because I found out that we have a little problem here. But that's something for a future update. For now, I want to integrate and finalize that part here in front. And then it looks right now. So step by step, we are completing our big project here. As you can see, it looks better now. Of course, they are missing a lot of little tiles here. The studs are going to be removed later on. They are going to be placed tiles in a future update. But for now, I think it's just for testing purposes, okay, that everything is with studs. I also really like how you can now look inside here through that little corridor coming up into our Cinema 1. And yeah, it's step by step coming together. I also integrate a little room here again next to our little toilet. There's a place where there's going to be some stuff from the facility management or stuff like that. I'm not sure right now. Maybe you have an idea. You can write it down in the comment area as always. But for today's update, I really want to work on that area here in Cinema 1. That means we're going to expand to the right side. And I also want to test integrate and check out how our big screen is going to be included here. As you might know, I talked about it in an update some time ago. I want to integrate a real screen inside here so we can later have a real movie running here. And I think it's going to be a very insane project. It's a big project, but I think a very big screen, maybe 23 inches, might be the best solution. By the way, you can see that arrow here of that roof is not perfect. It's a little bit in the wrong angle. I have to remove that and replace it, but that's something I'm not doing in today's update, but I just found it out. So yeah, problems coming in. So yeah. And as you see, I just worked a little bit more here to the front area. We have now reached at row 1 here in the front. And I also have now found a 23-inch monitor, an old monitor I used years ago, but it perfectly fits inside here. As you can see here on the right side, it's going to be included approximately at that location. And it's a big screen, but I think it's going something like in the direction of an IMAX cinema. So I think the big screen fits in here. And as you also see on the left side, there's missing a little bit of parts. So we need to expand our area here. We need to add more base plates and then we can work on adding the missing rows here. But now we have a little bit of imagination how everything will look at the end when the big cinema here, big cinema run is done in, I don't know when, but it's a big project as you see here, but we are working, as I said before, step by step to get to the goal here as we did it last time or last year when we worked on the big train station area. That's the next mega project here in my city. And as always, it's a little bit insane maybe, but we need a lot of parts. And by the way, I got some new fan posts here from my German community. As you might know, if you want to be a part of the cinema project, it's a kind of community project, you can send in your minifigures. And it's important that they are styled in a city style, or also it's possible to have a kind of fantasy medieval style, because there's a fantasy movie running here, so we have a kind of cosplay. And if you want to integrate your own figures here are 3 new minifigures from one of my fans here from the German channel. Yeah, if you want to send it, you will be integrated into that project. So just look at the imprint here on the YouTube channel and be careful, you have to send it to Germany, of course. And I also got another letter here from Mario, and he had an own YouTube project, and now he's sending me a lot of minifigures from his dismantled project. As you can see, these are a lot of stick fix from other German channels. Some of them are already here in my city, a lot of them are not in my city, and all of these minifigures are going to find a new home here in the brick world. And so 9 new additional minifigures are having a big nice place here in the city, in the cinema project. So we have 1,307 minifigures now in the city, an insane number, but we have still a lot of places, a lot of seats left here in the cinema, and there are also going to be some new, of course, here. And as I said before, we need to add some more base plates. I have 3 48 by 48 base plates. We are going to integrate them here. These are the missing base plates for the cinema project. So at the end, we have 6 48 by 48 base plates for our cinema project. And yeah, that's the main part we want to work today. We want to add a little bit more of the parts here, and I really want to start working here on the left side, getting to the right side of the big cinema one, and therefore I need to start working from the front, going to the back side of the cinema, because I think that's the best idea to work on that very big project. And as always, it's just a few seconds for you, some more time for me, of course. But as you can see here, I now have reached the side of our big cinema one. As you can see, also we have some steps here on the side, and later on future updates, there's going to be a big wall on the side, of course. And now we have the perfect size for our 33-inch monitor, of course. And if you want to have the idea that there's a problem here because the screen is not also cut in the middle, that's because the cinema is almost finished here. There's just missing the outer wall with some steps on the right side, so the placement of the monitor is perfect like it is right now. Of course, it's just standing here. I can remove it. Later on in a future update, we have to integrate it fully. We also have to integrate the cables. We need the HDMI cable and also the power cable, of course. But you also can see now that we have almost reached the end of our estimated size of the building. So we have some space left here. The street is coming here from the right side, and there's going to be another entrance here about at that area. So we have 2 entrances to our big cinema, and also a very nice location which integrates later on, I think, very nice into the city landscape. That's it for today's update. I hope you have some fun time here on my channel. Stay tuned, and until next time, bye.